All right. Let's get it going. All right, here we are on Friday. How's everybody doing today? How's my panel doing?
All right.
Good.
Yeah, there we go. Eddie's got the spirit. So, hey, we hope everyone's doing well. It's Friday, so we got our Streaming Matters and our Player Pass show combination. We've been doing this for 5 or 6 weeks now, I guess, and it seemed to work out all right. We seem to be able to jam all of it.
You.
No. Hey, get back in your cage. Come on, get back in it. It's all working now. I mean, we're making it all come together and try to keep everything so weeks keep rolling along. And if you've not watched our show before, we will try the first hour. We're going to cover all kinds of streaming topics. We're going to talk about cord cutting things. We're going to talk about things that that's going to impact your wallet, things that may cost you more, those hidden charges. A lot of cable companies and such are hiding a lot of those costs. And since most of us pay with bank transfers or automatic debits out of your banking account, a lot of times we don't notice these things. So we try to catch these charges that may coming up and we point them out to you, and it's up to you to fix it. We also will talk a little bit on that gray area items that you're not going to hear about so much on the old tube because the YouTube doesn't like us talking about certain topics. So you're not going to hear about many of those topics except for here. So here we go. We're going to go on through there. We got a lot of our regular guests over, our folks on the side. Hey Jim, what's up? I see Sharon showed up and Chris showed up. So we got lots and lots of folks over here on our side chat. You folks, be sure to post your questions. If you have some questions, post them over here.
Yeah,
I've got my panel full of experts here. We got experts galore on this panel that is just waiting for your questions. Them hard questions, them tough ones. So I saw that some people talking about the weather. Sometimes we'll talk about the weather here. Jim's talking about 63 degrees Fahrenheit there in Ohio.
Okay,
actually,
that's good.
It is this morning on my way to work. It was 38 degrees.
Yeah.
First thing in the morning, and did nothing but warm up after that.
Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. It's Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Yeah, Fahrenheit.
And did nothing but warm up after that. And so,
but that's unseasonably warm for this time of year.
Oh yes.
Yes, it is incredibly warm. The ice shacks are being pulled off of some of the lakes around here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
wow.
So I don't think
That's got to really piss some guys off then.
Yeah, you think about it. There's guys that wait,
They wait. Yeah.
And they get their shack out there, and I swear that some of these guys didn't have their shack out a month and a half, and they're having to pull them off the lake. So,
wow,
you don't want to wait too long.
Yeah.
Because your shack will be stuck out there, and next thing you know, it's sunk.
Nobody makes a shack with something on the bottom to like buoy it up.
No. That's just extra weight.
Yeah.
Buoys aren't extra. You know what I mean? That's what I'd be doing. You know,
those shacks. Some of those shacks are fucking little trailers that they pull out there. I mean,
that's true.
It isn't a shack. I mean,
that one that you were in.
Yeah, it was just.
That looked pretty big.
Yeah, it was probably as big as this room, if not a little bit bigger. I mean, it had a sink, had all that stuff. So.
Okay.
Sometimes people lose their vehicles too, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it goes.
I haven't seen that this year. Usually you'll see where someone's dropped a truck out in the lake.
Wow.
It is
Eddie,
warm.
How's everything up in the North Pole, Ed?
Well, it's about 10 or 11 degrees higher than normal right now.
Good.
So the snow is starting to melt. My cat doesn't want to go outside. So, we're supposed to get some rain tonight.
Oh, we just lost
Todd.
Todd. Yeah,
He'll be back.
He's been shaking. He's getting older.
There you go.
Never mind me. I hit it with my thumb.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with his fingers.
Yeah, I hit it with my thumb and back paged. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like, oops.
Whoopsie.
Yeah. So, all right, we'll run over to our topics. We're going to start running through some of our topics. In the second half, we'll be talking about the Beekeeper. So hopefully you folks have watched it. I want to hear everybody's thoughts and opinions on this movie. So looking forward to that in the second hour. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Chris posted a question before I jump out of here.
Okay.
Dumb question, as most don't use the Strix dead. I don't think it's dead. The last time I used it, which to be honest, Strix is that's an APK. It's been 8 or 9 months since I installed it, and just to kind of look around in it, at least. I don't think it's dead. I can hit up a couple of the people that do know about that particular add-on, or I don't say add-on, that APK, to find out, Chris, and I'll post it in the Streaming Matters Telegram group to see if somebody knows something about it. But I haven't installed that APK in a while. Yeah, where's Beach? Yeah,
He's making fun of us. That's what.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, talking
about the weather.
All right. So let me go ahead and let's grab in some topics and start moving along on this. So our first topic, we always talk about the OK app. Really, there's nothing happened this week. No updates from the official developer of this. There's nothing been out. So all smooth sailing as far as I can tell. I haven't had any issues. So no news is good news right now with that. So
with the cap.
Well, so I did have a question by one of the people in the Telegram room that said he was thinking, he's a builder. He's creating a custom build. He has a build and he has a wizard, and he was thinking about doing some type of hosting. How could he do this? And so I know that I use AnySocial here. I use that for my hosting, but there are other options. So I'm not going to say, hey, this is the only one you want to go with. We'll give you the pros and cons to each, that because most people know the GoDaddy. Another one is this Hostinger. That's another one. Again, pros and cons to each of them. So we'll start with this Hostinger. It is pretty inexpensive when you take a look at how much you're going to get. You're going to get 100 gig SSD storage. Let's see, 100 websites, but most of us are not going to do it. But you're going to be looking at, you're running at about $8 a month. I'm not going to count the limited time thing because you're only getting that for a couple months. But basically, you're looking at about $8 a month that it's going to run on that. So a decent deal. You're going to be able to get some kind of hosting for that. So $7.99 when you renew. Normal price on that is $12 a month is what it normally runs. But they got a special, it looks like. But so
and that's
$8.
Hostinger, you said?
That's your hosting. Yeah, that'd be hosting. 100 gig. It says unlimited bandwidth on that. 100 websites, so you could have you could set up free email with it, free domain, which that is where you don't get that with every service. You don't always get a free domain. Sometimes you have to pay to get that domain, which is not really that expensive. So then we got GoDaddy, which a lot of people use. GoDaddy.
That's what I have.
Yep. So GoDaddy, we're looking at. So if you listen, see, we really don't need a lot of storage for most people having a build or something like that. So you could probably stick with this 25 gigs of storage. The $6.99 does kick it up to 50 gigs of storage. But again, if you're doing a build, you're not going to need 50 gigs of storage. I mean, that is a lot of builds.
Just to point out that those are Canadian rubles.
This one is in Canadian. Yeah, this is in Canada. I don't know about, was this one in Canada though? See, this one doesn't say. So I'm not sure. Yeah, well, no, this is going to be in U.S. dollars.
Okay.
You can see the U.S.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always have to look for that kind of stuff when I start actually buying something.
Right.
So yeah, that would be a little bit cheaper.
Have you ever had the problem of buying something and you were thinking it was in U.S. and then come to find out that it was Canadian and it turned out much more than what you were hoping?
No, I always double check.
Okay.
It's just part of you always look. I don't know. What about you, Eddie? Do you always look?
No, every time, all my sites are always in Canadian dollars because I don't look on American sites.
Yeah, see, I do go to Amazon.com, and there are some U.S. sites, and sometimes I do buy. A number of my things are through U.S. So, yeah, I do pay attention. So it's so on this one, 25 gigs of storage, and we're looking at it's going to renew with a 1 year. So you're going to pay upfront for a year. You're going to get it for $5 a month. Paying for $60 for the year, but it's going to renew at $300. So keep in mind that the first year you may get away with $60, but they're going to renew it at $300. So that's at that $13 a month is what you're going to be getting. So that's pretty high, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's see. So 10 databases, one website. So it's going to allow you to link to one URL, I guess. But the one that I tend to use, and a lot of the people in this community tend to use, is AnySocial. And I'm going to give you the pros and cons to this. Is it the cheapest when we look at some of the other prices per size? No. You're getting for the $6. And this is
six
this
pounds.
is pounds. This is 6 pounds. You're going to get
$7.50 American, $10.21 Canadian.
Okay. So 10, 20, and you're going to get 10 gigs of space on that. So you're not going to get as much space as you would on some of the others. It does offer going ahead, and if you want to upgrade to a higher level, and it does offer that. Now, I will say one of the pros to this, if you're a person in this community and you're trying to host a build or an add-on or some of those types of things, the one benefit, which is a large benefit, is AnySocial understands the application we're using this for. If you call up or tech support GoDaddy because your add-on isn't getting the stuff that you're not going to get a whole lot of response in customer service, because first of all, they may not even know what you need to do. And if they do, they may not be happy with hosting that particular kind of stuff. The benefit of AnySocial is this is a person in the community. This is a guy that has been in the community in the past, has even had his own add-ons that they're closed up long ago, but he's had his add-ons. He's created add-ons, maintained add-ons on his own, understands wizards, understands builds, understands all of the ins and outs of what our community would need. And if you have an issue, he's pretty responsive to get back to you if you're having an issue. And I know a lot of the guys in this community, as they've moved up and need more bandwidth or need more storage or needing more resources because of their add-on or wizard got more popular, he's able to give advice and say, hey, I can help you there. Or he's straight up enough that if you get to a point where you're outside of the specs of what he's able to give you a quality product, hey, this is where you may need to go to get, because you're at a level that I'm not able to give back and give you that service. So the biggest part, if you're looking to do a build or a wizard, is to have something like this, to have to be with somebody that understands what you're trying to do. To me, that is the biggest pro to this. I mean, the price is not that bad, but it's that when I'm having a problem with my build or I'm having a problem with something, I know I can a quick place a ticket to him, and I'm going to get some information back pretty quick about what the problem is and if it's on my end or if it's on his end. So that is always a peace of mind. Whereas when you're doing GoDaddy, if you said an add-on, they probably don't know what you're talking about. If you said, I'm doing it for a wizard, they have no idea what you're talking about. And again, probably if they did, may not be as receptive to wanting that hosted on their platform because of the problems and headaches that may come along with it. So I did look at another thing in this. Some people may wonder about some of these other cloud storage options. So we have Google Drive, you have Dropbox, OneDrive, pCloud, different subjects, different web hosting or cloud storage, and they're not going to work as same as your as if you were doing with a hosting with a if you had a hosting site like we were talking with AnySocial. And I did like a quick little thing here. So if you're just wanting to do storage, so you're just wanting to store some stuff on the cloud to have it where you're able to access it easily, Google Drive, Dropbox, OneDrive all offer free package up to what's it, like 2 gigs or something like that, or
Something like that.
10 gigs, whatever it is that each of them offers. So they offer their own free, but then once you get past that, Google Drive, so for $2 a month, you're going to get 100 gigabytes. $3 a month, you're going to get 200 gigabytes. $10 a month, you're going to get 2 terabytes. Dropbox is $12 a month for 2 terabytes, $22 for 3 terabytes. OneDrive is $2 for 100 gigabytes, so about what Google Drive is. $8 a month for 1 terabyte, and $12 a month for 6 terabytes. Now, those sites may not necessarily work if you're doing a wizard or an add-on. They most likely won't. I think people used to use Google Drive and Dropbox for their builds.
Yeah.
Those don't work as easily now as they used to. So you're going to need to do some research. I haven't done that in a long time. I think probably 9 years ago, when I actually used Google Drive to host my build way back, and it worked back then. But I think there's things now that don't allow that to happen as easy with Google Drive. I think Dropbox, you still can share that link and different people pulling it, if I'm not mistaken. So
I thought they cut that. I thought they cut it like GoDaddy, Google did.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I want to say I've seen people post that with Dropbox, if you do a URL, you have to put like a plus at the end of the URL or something like that. And what that allows is someone doesn't have to be logged in to pull that one file. But again, if you are a person that's using a wizard or you're wanting to host your wizard and it's getting a lot of traffic for a lot of places, these types of services are not going to do well for you. You're going to get flagged for too much traffic, and you're going to get, most likely get some kind of a letter saying too much traffic, and they're going to block that URL from people accessing it. So again, it's options, and you can look into that. But for most of us, AnySocial works great.
Hold on, what's this?
Yep.
Is change from 0 to 1?
All right, there you go. I knew there was some kind of
is
that was somebody, because I knew that there was it's like the last digit. There we go. Thank you, SG. Yeah, there's something you can change at the back of So he's saying Dropbox still works. So it's good to use. Again, it depends on how popular you are. If you get to be using a build that's really, really popular, and you're going to run into some issues when you're using some of those others. But it doesn't hurt to try. If you have a free account with Dropbox and you want to do up your wizard, you're not going to get hurt by trying to create that wizard. Because if you find that it doesn't work, all you got to do is go in there and change the URL to someplace else that works.
check the stars.
Yeah, what's up with Peter? Is that still in big screen or is that discontinued? Where?
About us.
My
Wow.
my restreamer is broken on my PC, so I can't do it anymore. And Dave and I've been in the show, so we can't do it.
Yeah, to Peter, they're not streaming over on on the big screen, but they will be in big screen
Tonight.
Tonight, Auburn will be hosting that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Got a little action going on tonight. What do you got going tonight, Auburn? Tell us.
We got.
I'm thinking of it.
We got a power slap.
Power
on
slap.
The finale is tonight.
Oh.
So that's at like 7:30.
And he had yesterday. He had the movie. We
did the movie yesterday.
Beekeeper.
That you don't come in. You watch the movie, during the week, way ahead of time.
I actually watched the movie yesterday when I got home from work. The second time because I'd already seen it. So I watched it the second time yesterday.
Could have joined us.
I could have. I jumped. But then I had to cook dinner. So I did cook dinner last night. So it was my job to cook dinner. So, but that's. I know that I had a guy asking about hosting.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to post any of the other questions in the Streaming Matters room. Yeah.
No, there's other stars.
Oh, I missed the other stars. What?
Yeah.
I thought I got. Oh.
Hey, what's up, Leon?
So, Jose, we got your thoughts on live TV in Kodi. Depending on the add-on it creates, Cash asked me to uninstall Kodi using 4K Max Stick. What do you guys do? Any of you guys use?
I think there's so many different programs that are so much better at doing live TV than Kodi. That why bother with it?
Right.
Yeah, there is. You have to think. There are some really good live add-ons that work for live TV, more geared towards sports. Some of the if you're just wanting to watch Discovery Channel or National Geographic, that's going to be somewhat. If you're looking for a sporting event, a number of add-ons do a very good job at that. But you will run into a problem if it tries to cash in. Yeah, when it caches too much.
Especially on Super Bowls and pay-per-views.
Yeah. Because there's just too many people trying to jump on one little stream but I guess if you're wanting to do for free, you could try it. What I would suggest is there's a couple big add-ons that do sports. I won't talk about the particular ones here on the show. We'll talk about it in the Streaming Matters Telegram room because the add-on developers have said they don't want to be talked about on YouTube or on Facebook or on different places. They don't want to post it out there. So if you ask in the Streaming Matters room, the link's down below. Be happy to answer and say, hey, check out this add-on or that add-on. We just can't talk about it here on the show. But they do a great job, and they usually give a lot of links. They will give you lots of options. But again, it's this one ain't working. Let me try this one. Oh, this one ain't working. This one's working. And then, hey, this one's working for a few minutes. And then you get comfortable and then buffers. So, but that can happen with paid subscriptions too. So,
right.
But I personally don't load up my Shield and Kodi with live TV, even though it can do it. I just find it's just too many processes going on.
Yeah, you have to first edit your playlist down, or it's going to take you 10 minutes every time you open Kodi. Yeah, there's hoops you're going to have to jump through to do it.
But that's why most of us, if we're watching live TV, we're using TV Mate, or we're using Smarters, or we're using IM Player, or what are some of the other ones we use? Sparkle. We're using that particular player that's just running that. We're running a playlist and it's running just that. Whereas if you're running Kodi, you've got that running, and any of the other background processes and scripts, and inevitably people are running these huge builds that have all kinds of scripts running, and then they load on the live TV. so it just becomes huge and a resource hog. So I know for most of us keep it separate. We keep it separated, even though there are add-ons that do it. Biggest thing I would say is I'm not sure whose build you're using, but if you're using one of the larger builds that have a lot of things going on, those are background processes that are pulling from your CPU, your RAM, and caching. Even if you're like, well, I'm just watching live TV. If it's running TMDB helper and it's running all kinds, it loads up with all kinds of widgets and it's got 20 add-ons. That's background things running. And even though you're not using those, they're still running in the back. And so that could be part of your problem. I would, live TV is, I'm a TV Mate guy or one of the players. And then Kodi is where I watch my movies and TV shows. Two separate. And it runs brilliant. Another one, I did see HostGator. Thank you, Semi. I did see HostGator was one of the top ones. Again, great. It's probably good hosting, and I've not done it. I think that their price was pretty reasonable. If I remember glancing at it, I want to say their prices were close to the GoDaddy price. So not a bad deal if you're wanting to try it. Most of these you can get it for a short period of time just to try it. Don't sign up for a year or 2 years and you don't know if that's the hosting that's going to be the one that you want to use. So that's my big advice. Look at Beach. Look at, he's over in the side. Talk about someone hanging over in the back. I got him hanging in the back over here, chirping away.
Yeah.
Get paid enough. Yeah, your checks in the mail, bro. Checks in the mail.
The only thing is, the mailman broke his 2 legs.
Yeah, well, getting it from the Great White North down into the land of many guns, it's difficult. Mail has a hard time getting over that border.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
You're gonna need to send you some stuff too.
Yeah. I might need some up here.
Yeah.
All right. So hey, let's go ahead. We'll start on some of the topics that we had on here.
Okay.
DirectTV, again, this is something that we've seen for a couple years now, folks. DirectTV not being able to sort out a deal with local TV channels, and this is even when they had an issue with Disney at one point. Not able to lock down a price. The locals. And we talked about this a number of times. The local stations are wanting more money.
Yep.
So they're going to start
encrypting their over the air signal. They're going to pay. You're going to have to pay to get local TV stations very soon.
Yeah, it's in the pipes for sure. Especially now that they went to the ATC 3.
Yeah, 3.0.
Once they went to that, and that gives you that 4K ability and gives you a lot more bandwidth, a better picture. They also have more control to block, and as Roger says, they can encrypt it to make it where you have to pay for over there. But even though the FCC, and that, remember the law of that channels have to offer the free over the air, they have to offer it free. Right. So I'm sure there's getting a lot of pushback from public groups, and if the stations are wanting to do it. But part of the other issue we see with this is a lot of the locals, these local stations have been bought up by large marketing groups or large media groups. So where we used to have the local ABC station was owned by somebody local, CBS was somebody owned local. Now these media groups have come in and bought hundreds of stations. So they may own, when they're talking to DirectTV, they're not just talking to your local ABC down the street. They're talking to a media company that says, we have 150 ABCs And we have this many of these other channels. We have this many more. So if you don't make a deal with us, we'll just cut you off.
Yep.
So as we have this, more companies being bought up by other companies, the downside of that is when they go to get a contract, that media company says, hey, we want this much money to have if you want our stations. And where's the end cost going for people on this?
To me and you.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's because DirectTV is not going to swallow the increase of however much it costs you. They're going to it's going to be chucked on down, and they will make a deal, because we've seen DirectTV and Dish Network and these cable companies that had to, because their customer bases are freaking out, saying, I don't get my stations. So they make a deal and agree to this increase of pricing, whatever the contract is. And then next thing you know, that price comes down to you. So just another example of what we're going to see with so many of these companies bought up. And they're still fighting it. So they're arguing it out. So there's a lot of people that may have DirectTV that you're not getting your local stations right now. And that's why.
Yeah.
And if you're paying for DirectTV, you haven't been watching the show enough. So, well, obviously, you've not hung out in our Telegram group. And bless your heart. Okay. Here's another, and right close to Auburn's heart on this one, bro. I know it is. Disney removes over 100 titles from the streaming category.
I keep telling you guys. I keep telling you, protect your neck. Because they just take it back, and they're gonna say, "Oh, we're not gonna show that again for another 100 years."
In the vault with you.
Into the vault.
Into the vault.
They can bring it out, and it sounds like, oh, remember we brought back this movie.
Yeah.
So this is Disney whittling down what they're offering.
You think
and think about everyone that bought it. They said, okay, I'm gonna buy this movie now. I have Disney Plus, and I'm gonna, I'm gonna purchase all of these movies. Yeah, well, they're going now.
When I was looking at this list, so you got Heavyweights, Disney classic movie. That was an old time. Did you see? When I was looking through here, let me see. Get to the all right. Swiss Family Robinson, the 1940s and the 1960 version removed.
Yep.
The Absent-Minded Professor,
great show.
Great.
The Apple Dumpling Gang,
great.
The Apple Dumpling Gang runs again. So when I was looking at this, I'm like, oh, that's just because we too damn old and the kids ain't watching this no more.
Yeah.
Oh, the Sandlot.
The Sandlot. That's a good one.
Hey, I can't believe that Disney still had the Legend of Jimmy the Greek. What?
Wow.
He got fired in the 80s.
He's been dead since the 90s.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, talking about breeding. I mean, he got booted right off the NFL. Shaggy DA. So, a lot of those older things, and they say part of it is they have to be able to keep the catalog that's what people are watching.
That's bull. Really, what does it take for them to keep the movie out there? Freaking YouTube does it, right? There's stuff that's sitting out there that you can always watch.
Yeah. So it's going away.
I don't get it.
Going away. So if you're a person that was signed up for Disney and you had a particular movie that you were watching, you may find that it's been removed and there's nothing you can do about it. They're just saying they're streamlining. It is what it is.
I called it though. Come on, say it.
Yeah, you did. You're all the time.
You guys looked at me like I got 14 heads. Like you're out of your mind.
Yeah. They were moving it.
This is 2024. Why would anybody get rid of any content?
That's why our panel data hoarder is not going to lose any of his content.
Not at all. Not at all. And that's why
buying hard drives
stuff on DVD. Okay, you can't take my DVDs away from me.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's got it all. He got it all. So this was interesting about we're talking about cyber security. We're talking about AI. Well, that's been talked about tons and tons, and identity hijacking. And a lot of this is how it's going even to a different level. How the hijacking. We actually mentioned it last week, where people were Biden's voice was deep faked into robocalls that were going out. And, this stuff is going on more and more and is going to increase. And there was this article talked about where, let's see if I can get to it, where a guy that was in charge of a fund of some sort, he got a call from his bosses, and he was told that he needed to move money from one fund to another, $25 million. So he moved the money from one fund to another, and come to find out, it was not his bosses or any of his superiors telling him that.
That guy was in this week's movie, right?
Yeah,
I was like, guy.
Kind of. It's funny how actually it's in the Beekeeper if you watch it. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, he got $25 million moved, which he thought he was told by his boss on the phone, and come to find out it was not his boss on the phone. So not only you got to worry about AI stuff like this, you're talking about getting a phone call, and you're listening. You're like, that's my voice. And they said they pulled the voices from conference calls. How they got the voice, and how they were able to replicate it, and ended up, So yeah. So again, you got to protect yourself.
Yeah, protect your neck. They were talking. The last one I heard was there. Since so many of these different hospitals have doctors' offices and hospitals have merged together and making these big things there, they're going in through that now also and going at people. It's just like, oh my gosh, yeah. You don't know where you're safe.
Yeah,
you don't know where you're safe anymore.
You're tough, and they also you guys have probably seen it on the news where a grandmother or grandfather gets a call from their grandson or daughter saying, "I'm in jail. Can you send some money?" And come to find out, all faked out, and it's not true. So be very careful. Be vigilant of what keeping yourself safe, because this is out there and it's happening. So protecting your identity, got to even worry about that. This was an article I did find pretty interesting here about ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers joining together to create a sports streaming platform that's supposed to be released this year. We've talked about what is the number one reason that people want live TV is sports. So we're trying not to be like the UK where you got to buy the Fox or the Sky package and the BT or what's TNT package. And so this is a joint venture that they're trying to pull together a bunch of the sports all under one umbrella. ESPN, Fox, and Warner Brothers. Now, this has not been sorted out. They say it's going to be a skinnier package. I don't know what that exactly is going to look like when it comes out, but it says it's going to be tailored to sports fans. That's what they're going to go after. And I want to say the price was guessed. This was a guess. Price looking at $45 to $50 a month.
Shit.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
and that doesn't even include pay-per-views.
Right.
True. So, gosh, I wish I could think of another way to get Live.
Yeah.
Well, I'll keep looking to find a way of finding
Yeah.
live TV and sports. I'm going to keep looking, but
Keep looking.
let
Let me know when you find something.
yeah. Who knows where I might be able to find it in some Telegram rooms if I look hard enough.
Yeah.
So again, this is going to be a package that I think a lot of people will jump on this when it goes out and it becomes live if they can pull in the big sports, the MLB, the NBA, the NFL. If you can get those 3 big sports on there, this has a chance.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, NBC is not part of this package here.
Mhm.
Wasn't it that NBC, if I've ever read through this, NBC is not part of this package. Yeah, Comcast, NBC, Universal. They're not part of this package.
Mhm.
So that means anything they own or they have rights to would not
they won't give up.
won't
Right.
go in there because they're pushing their own package. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. This is also at the same time, we have the ESPN app that's going to be released, I think 2025. I think I saw that it was going to be released in 2025. So the ESPN's talking about 2025, that they're going to have their own ESPN full-fledged. So you'll be able to get that and you would get all the stuff that's on ESPN. A little bit different from the ESPN Plus that you don't get all the content that's on ESPN. You do get some of the oddball sports, but you don't get everything ESPN offers. So something to watch. A lot of these companies are trying to figure out a way of coming together because fighting separately is not working out for any of them. They're all struggling financially. So if they can merge some of their stuff together to pull market share, that's an option. That's an option. So any of the other thoughts you guys got for you want to?
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think everyone is gonna go their own separate ways, and everyone is gonna slowly discharge everyone to each separate thing. So they're gonna say, "Oh well, yeah, you want that channel? I have it. I'll give it to you for this." That's what's gonna happen.
But they're all still doing that now, and they're all starving. It's like like everybody gets 2 crumbs, and it's not enough to live off of.
But if everyone sat and saw, oh, okay, well, it's like if you were able to sell TV and say, okay, I'm only going to give you this channel, you're going to get 4 channels out of me. But you know what? I'll sell you those 4 channels, and you're gonna pay $8 a month for it. Okay, so you're getting each channel for for $2. Okay, those $2 add up.
Yeah.
So now in the other side of the world where we're doing, we know of other ways of getting stuff. If that happened there, and we said, oh, I could give you these 4 channels, it's going to be dirt cheap, and you don't have to worry about anything else, no buffering, because you have this huge playlist.
Mm-hmm.
Which way do you think things are going to go?
Well,
because a person can sit there and choose the stations that they want, not a whole package of 40 other things. Because who watches all of it?
I think we're a ways from a la carte TV.
Yeah.
Well, the cable companies are fighting.
I think they're fighting, but they're not going to get nowhere. I think this is what's going to end up happening. It's going to be a la carte, because we're in a time now, not like how when we were growing up, it would be, oh, okay, you got all your packages, and you sit there with the box and sit at home and flip through 800 stations. People don't want to do that now. These kids growing up don't do that at all.
No, I whittled down 8,000 to 20 that I watch into my favorites.
Right. And so the kids today, it's either they're not looking at it on a big screen. They're looking at it on their phone in front of their face. So if you're telling that kid, oh, okay, I'm going to give you 4 choices of what you want, and you're just going to pay for those. Trust me, that's what they're going to do.
I think
Because
it's
they
coming,
don't care about anything else. They
but I
care
don't think
about
it's.
nothing else.
I think it's 10 years away yet before we got a la carte. Pick your 5 stations and pay X amount for it. But I think that is the future. Yeah.
Well,
Definitely.
if you, when we've talked about that, and all the news articles and the things when you read on about that, the cable companies are fighting a tooth and nail because Disney or I'm gonna say the Disney Corporation or the Warner Brothers Corporation, they don't allow a la carte to the cable companies or to the satellite companies. When Disney goes to talk to Comcast about cable TV subscription, they say this is what you got. Now they may break up a few little packages, but it's big packages. You're gonna have this. You're gonna have all these channels in here, and they don't allow the cable company to pick and choose that I want this station, that station, or can I allow my customers to pick this net? Disney does not want that. Right. Disney does not want that, because then what happens to the not so popular channels that are bundled part of the, let's say the HGTV or some of those other not as popular channels that are bundled in that, that's one more channel I get to watch when I'm flipping through the cable TV, but they're not. They make them do it. So
I think that it's going to come down to Disney saying, hey, if no one's watching these channels, I'm going to either merge these channels together with what they're showing, or I'm going to get rid of them. Because why should they sit there and keep all these channels if no one wants all of the channels anymore? That's the way I'm seeing it. Because if no one is, if everyone's say you go to AnyTV or HGTV and HGTV whatever, you know what I mean, and they're skipping over it and they're not watching nothing there. Who cares? If a person is saying, oh well, I'm gonna just watch it on demand, and they'll watch something, so it's easier for them to keep the on-demand show and get rid of the station, because that's what's coming.
I think that again, with I work with young teenagers.
Yeah. And how many of them? None of them.
None.
That's
none.
my point.
I talk to them, and I'm like, so what are you gonna be watching this weekend? I don't know. Watch Twitch.
Right.
Watch Twitch or Instagram or TikTok, or I watch the show I care to watch.
How much money you think TikTok would make if there was a TikTok channel on TV?
I don't think a ton, because kids are so swipe. But
they're thinking of, I get to see myself on TV now, not just in that social community where they're saying everyone now is going to see me, not just people who are on TikTok.
Yeah, but the problem is that there's so many.
They're messing the head.
There's so many streams on TikTok or Twitch.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's how do you choose what's going to be on the thing? So, we're in a time where everything is evolving, and we're going to see what survives in the next couple of years, because we're seeing what the MTV app and like 3 or 4 apps just last week got shut down. It's craziness.
They're thinking it's easier to get rid of it and put the better content on the main channel. You know what I mean? That's what they're gonna do.
I've noticed that some cable companies are giving you access to certain stations, even though you have a bundle. They give you access to a certain amount of stations. Then after a certain period of time, they block it. So if you want it, you got to pay for it.
Well, that's the drug deal. Ain't that the drug dealer?
Yeah.
Drug dealer MO right there. I
Yep.
mean, here's it
There
for
you
free
go.
for a little while till you get hooked.
Taste it. You know.
Remember
Yeah.
DirectTV used to or like HBO. Remember HBO? You would be like HBO free weekend.
Yeah.
And you'd be able to watch HBO for the weekend.
Yeah. And they put all the good shit on that
All
weekend.
the good stuff on there.
Come Monday, gone. You want to sign back up to HBO. I mean, that
does anyone know if HBO still does that?
I don't think they do.
Any of these guys?
I don't think they do.
So no one's watching. No one's watching anything live. You know, unless it's the news or sports.
I think a lot of people do. I think, but it's the what's demographic is
the
watching.
demographic,
right.
Okay.
The 40 overs.
We're dying out.
But even the 40 and overs, it's like the stuff that's on TV. Some of us don't even want to watch anymore because we see it's garbage. You know.
Yeah. I don't watch live TV. I don't watch any live TV unless it's sports. That's for me.
Or news.
I got sports.
I don't even watch news. I'd rather not even watch news because it brings me down.
Yeah.
It brings me down.
To me.
Yeah. I watch sports, news, and reality competition shows live.
Yeah. I watch a lot of reality
because the internet spoils them if I don't.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll jump over to a couple other topics before we get to the second half. This is just something for you guys to keep an eye on. The cable TV companies are fighting the FCC on termination fees, meaning early you closing out an early account. The cable companies are saying we need to keep this because it keeps the pricing better for everybody. These public support groups are saying no. If a customer wants to get rid of that cable package or satellite TV, they should be able to get rid of it outright. So watch this if you're a person that signs up for these packages to see if this goes to the consumer side of it or if the cable company wins out. Again, the cable company saying we make you do it for a longer period of time so we can keep the price low. If you make us allow it month to month, we'll have to charge more per month. So because people are going to be dropping it at different times. So just kind of watch for that. This is another subject that gets Auburn's blood pumped up here. Plex is, again, renting movies, and they have it as a setup. Now, Auburn, have you rented any movies through Plex?
No, I don't rent any. No. And unfortunately, what sometimes I might not notice, though, is like, you can search, when you use Plex, you can search for a movie. So say if I search for a movie and I didn't have it, but it shows it there for me that to watch and not noticing that I'm like on
paying $4
Plex,
a movie.
No, on the free Plex stuff. And then I'm starting to play it, and then all of a sudden I look up and there's a commercial there, and it's like, what the heck? And then seeing that it was coming from Plex, with those commercials, but then I just stop it and grab it,
Another reason I'm glad I'm moving my recommendation to the people that I help to a different platform, because Plex is just getting more and more bloated with stuff like this.
Yeah.
Well, we talked last week. They got $40 million in money just this past year or beginning of this year, where they're profitable. So they are trying to be one of the big boys in this, and they're going to pick up some market share doing stuff like this.
Yeah,
because there aren't any more. God, I can't remember the fucking video stores names.
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Yeah,
Hollywood
Blockbuster's gone. This is your new Hollywood Video right here.
Yeah.
And no late return fees. You don't have to rewind.
Well, no, because they automatically after 48 hours it's gone.
Yeah.
Because here, if you look at so if you rent one, $4 a movie, you got 30 days to start the playback.
Right.
Once you start watching it, you can watch it as many times as you want within 48 hours.
Yeah.
So
which
after 48 hours, it's gone.
Which is worth it, I don't know if that $4 is going to be the same for every movie.
Yeah, it depends on the library.
Right. You know what I mean?
It's Blockbusters. It's Blockbusters without the brick and mortar.
Right.
$4 a week.
And
No
are you're getting commercials in that too,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Once
no,
they
I
have
bet
your
you
credit
not.
card number on file,
Yeah.
the chance of an older person
Mm-hmm.
accidentally racking up
Yep.
a whole bunch of movie charges is
Yep.
probably pretty good.
Mm-hmm. What's a good thing is to have your users on your Plex remove any of those.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because otherwise, I keep it on because that's how I find a lot of stuff that I can't find anywhere. That's that's something. Oh, I wanted that, and I grab it. But there's a lot of other movies out there that you might want to really watch sometimes.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Let's say $3.99 a month, right?
Per movie.
Per movie.
Per movie. Okay. Did they include? Is that the tax included or plus tax?
Probably not, Ed.
Yeah.
And pricing starts at.
Right.
Okay.
I missed the
that,
starts at. So
Because
the
I
new
know
releases will probably be a lot more than $3.99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably $20.
Let's see, like if I'm gonna.
Yeah, because where I live, the tax is 15% on top of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the Great White North.
Yeah. Man.
Plus the exchange rate.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, check out what, like say the Barbie movie there. What did they would charge for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the rental?
Something
I haven't
new.
opened Plex in a while.
Uh-huh.
It's ever since Roger got me checking out Ambi, I haven't really needed.
How does Blue like it?
She's happy with it. She's fine with the Ambi. Because it gets the content that she's looking for.
Right.
But I've pulled her over to the K app so much that
she still hasn't come back yet.
She sticks pretty much to K app. We watch K app 90% of the time, unless it's something that she's watching a Korean. Some of those weird Korean shows that don't have subtitles or dubbed or whatever she's looking for on those weird occasions that sometimes the K app does not offer.
That's strange that the cap doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's weird too because
normally everything is out there.
She just paid for a month of Disney because I changed my phone package, and when I changed my phone package to save money, I lost Disney, which I was like, I'm fine with that. And then she's like, I was just watching the show on Disney and I can't find it on the K app. So one of the Korean shows.
One of the Korean ones.
Yeah. Wow. So, we got a couple other topics before we. Anydesk. So this was kind of scary in a way for folks that have Anydesk that's installed. There was a breach at Anydesk on their server, their production servers, and they got, I want to say, stolen. Let's see, source code and private code signing keys were stolen during the attack. Hopefully that gets sorted out and they're able to change because having the code, the private code signing keys could allow a bad actor to get in on some different systems because this is a remote desktop software. And it shows in here that companies like 7-Eleven, Comcast, Samsung, MIT, NVIDIA, United Nations, a lot of companies use Anydesk where you can log in remotely into a device. So we'll see how this plays out, but it's a little bit you would not want a bad actor to be able to have access to remote access into some of the computers being able to remote. So hopefully the IT departments are on top of whatever patches. Because this could be
disastrous.
Yeah. And because this isn't really so much end users affected on their device. We're talking about corporate accounts that are the ones that's to be risked there. Side of the week. Alban, you had this side of the week. What was this side of the week here, bud?
Well, this is the Goonies. And I remember, hold on, I'm just trying to find the link here. Here we go. I remember being a a kid watching this, loved this movie, and to see to be able to look back and see these kids as actors again, it brought me back, and I thought that a lot of us are of a certain age and remember this movie and laughed and cried at it, and so I put that out there for the site so you guys could check it out. It's the Goonies dot webflow. A bunch of other stuff that's on there, but it's I like the way how the site works. There's a thing on the bottom left over there you can click on the left, yeah, that one there, and then it's got like the maps, and you have to go over the map, I think, and yeah, see, then that opens up and it's got information in there, but it'll bring you back if you like the Goonies. But who doesn't like the Goonies? Well, I'm wrong to say in this room because
we all love it. Well, maybe not Eddie. Eddie's kind of out of that demographic. I'm not sure. Do you like the Goonies, Ed?
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Do we want to do the spin of the wheel on here, or do we?
Yeah, we'll do it on here right before. Wait, well, hold on before you do that.
Yeah, but
I got the list there for people so they can see what's on the list there. We have Andrew with the Trial of the Chicago 7. I have the Bricklayer. Dabs has American Fiction, I believe.
Yep. Just
Okay,
dropped. That just dropped yesterday.
Okay. Eddie is Living. Roger, The Marvels.
Still the Marvels.
And Dave, The Promised Land. That I know he just wants it to.
That's the South one, right? That's the foreign film, I believe.
Yeah, the foreign film. Yeah.
Right. Should we spin this because Dave's not here yet? We don't have.
And neither is.
For
Andrew. So we can wait. Yeah, we'll wait.
We'll wait for that.
We'll wait, and we can jump into the show. Oh wait, before you wanted talk about the weekend stuff, or
yeah, go ahead and hit the weekend stuff, and then we'll roll into streaming or into Player Pass. So we got the Super Bowl. No,
we have the Super Bowl on Sunday. What time?
It's 6:30. 6:30 East Coast, 3:30 on the West Coast.
Okay. I think that there was there were two other things that we didn't talk about, but I guess you didn't use them. Okay. So tonight we have Power Slap tonight at 7:30. Is the early prelims. Oh, I can't wait because it's the finale. So this is going to be Power Slap 6. You can watch it on Rumble, and it's pretty good if you want to jump in and watch it. We will be playing it in big screen, so if anyone wants to come in on big screen, it'll be posted in both the Oculus room and the Streaming Matters and the Player Pass room. So if any of you have a Oculus headset and want to join us.
All
right. Tomorrow night we have UFC Fight Night, Hermanson versus Pfeiffer. The main card is at 7 p.m. and the prelims are at 4 p.m. So it'll be a earlier night for us. Okay. And that was it that I had. I know if there's some PFL and other things on Fight Channel tomorrow night also. Okay. So we'll have all of that playing like usual. I don't know where is
Andrew.
Andrew, Andrew. I didn't even see him type, but I didn't see him even.
He just came in. He needs a link. He didn't get a link. He said somebody.
He doesn't check the rooms, huh?
Dabs was on it today. I posted.
Yeah, I know.
So, all right, hey, I'm gonna throw the intro to our Player Pass. Let's get that going on that.
Okay.
And then we'll get started. All right.
Okay.
And away we go. We're at Player Pass, so this is the second half of our show. Streaming Matters is out of the way.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll change the other stuff.
Okay, so we had the Streaming Matters. We've got that out of the way. Now we're going to do Play or Pass. And this week's movie is The Beekeeper. So in this segment on Play or Pass, you either we'll do a review. So if you've not watched the movie, we're going to give spoilers. And we're going to, at the end, give the movie a play, which means we would recommend this to our friends and family. Pass means, no, I'd only have my enemies watch this. So we're going to go through there and we're going to see. I got him. All right. So we're going to get this started up. So let's go ahead and get cranking on this movie, The Beekeeper. I guess Dave will be here soon. And let's, so what's everybody think about The Beekeeper with Jason Statham?
I love this movie.
Oh, my.
Loved?
Yeah.
My.
It's the story of my life, trying to tell everyone to protect your neck. Okay? Gotta protect your
the
neck.
story of my life.
And bees are good for bees are good for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love action movies like this. I love anyone who shoots somebody at least twice. You can't beat it. You just can't beat that. Jason Statham is really good. I like him a lot. There were a lot of things going on in this movie.
Yeah.
A lot of things that were funny and ridiculous. But I like this type of movie. All these guys that he basically beat the snot out of. You couldn't beat.
A cruise ship worth the damn people he beat up.
Oh yeah. And I didn't count bullets, but he
ran out a lot of times.
That's why he was just taking the gun apart and throwing it on the ground. Every time.
Yeah, I had some issues with that as well.
Yeah, me too.
Why? It doesn't come apart in like 2 seconds like that?
Remington 870, you cannot pull the barrel out of and shove it in the guy's throat. It's impossible.
Come on. It's through his throat. It went through,
Yeah, but get that off without releasing that. Good luck.
Assuming that all the guns are all the same, you can dismantle them. And so if somebody throws in an unknown's model, I don't know, like a 1917 45, can he take it apart in 2 seconds?
He knew all the weapons.
Yeah, every weapon.
Yeah, but you notice that he only took the handguns apart, but he didn't take, let's say, an AR-15 or an M16.
He pulled the whole barrel out of a shotgun.
Yeah, he did pull it out.
Yeah.
Jammed it in the guy's throat.
That model does have interchangeable barrels, but it's a little more complicated than just pulling on it to get it off.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun. I like this.
I was reluctant because I read so many critics on it, but once I got into it, I really liked it. The action was there. There was a lot of good, one-liners in there that got me.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I didn't really like is because I went through the credits at the end, and I didn't see the section on special effects.
No,
I didn't see it.
Was there one?
It was there.
Yeah, it had to have been there.
Unless you put it under another category.
Maybe.
This girl can't act. I don't know what the hell happened to her.
Oh, no, she couldn't.
She was terrible.
Horrible.
Terrible. I
Man,
said.
she must have found a donut store close to her house.
Oh yeah.
Then she was filming on the Umbrella Factory.
Umbrella, yeah.
She's 30 pounds heavier than what she is in that show.
And I liked her better in the Umbrella Academy.
Oh, big
Better
time.
than this.
Acted.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how come the beekeeper didn't know him? Because that was the daughter, the woman you appreciated.
I know he knew her name, but she never came by the house.
Okay.
So You
Well,
know,
he knew who she was. He wasn't too.
Yeah.
Remember when she came up on him in the house?
Mhm.
He was like he recognized who she was. She didn't know who
Right.
he was.
Right.
Yeah, he's a beekeeper. He knows everything.
He knows everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Oh, is he a beekeeper? I didn't know. They didn't
Yeah,
mention it
exactly.
much.
No, not at all.
Taking care of the hive.
That
Yeah.
kid,
Cool.
I can't ever remember his name, but the kid from Hunger Games.
Yeah.
That kid.
Oh, Hutchison.
Yeah, he's the only one I liked in the entire movie, and he was a scumbag.
Oh, I didn't like the part for him, but I did watch something with him on it, and he was like, he's been dying to play a bad guy for a long time. No,
He was
seriously,
good.
you know,
He was
Yeah.
good at it.
yeah, he was good at it.
Yeah.
He was good.
Because he's always playing a good guy, you know.
Yep. No one else in the entire movie can act. I was surprised at how bad Felicia Rashad was. Oh my God, she's freaking horrible.
I can't believe that she shot herself, you know.
Well, she must have saw the screening of her acting in the movie. She
Yeah.
know how her acting was, and she's like, "Oh, I'm terrible in this." I gotta take myself out.
Let me just blow my head off, you know.
And they took, the key or the nod from Fast and the Furious were family bullshit.
Right.
This one
right.
has got to protect the hive bullshit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hated.
Well,
this
how about
movie.
the female beekeeper?
I hated her.
Oh God!
That crazy one.
She
You know,
came with a bloody.
Rolls up with a.
She was straight out of the bloody Cyberpunk game, huh?
Yeah.
It was.
It was just so silly, and the action was so over the top, unbelievable. I mean, he knocked a guy out. He punched a guy in a riot helmet with an elbow. Actually, didn't punch him. He elbowed him with a downward elbow on the top of a riot helmet and knocked the guy out. He punched the guy with plate shield with a bulletproof vest on. Punched him in the chest. Knocked him out.
Knocked him out.
I just can't do movies like this. You're just so stupid. Just so stupid.
I got
movie. So you mean to tell me when you're watching your
comic book movies? They're comic books.
Yeah. Well,
They're comic books.
So
this
is this
isn't
stuff.
a comic book.
That's the only way they're going to get people to watch a movie.
I actually looked to see if this was a comic book. I did look it up.
I don't think it was.
It's not.
It's not, but it felt like it.
Yeah, I give comic books a pass because they're comic book movies.
All right, go ahead, Andrew.
Yeah,
I got about half an hour in, and I stopped, and I went and pressed play in the chat, and then I continued watching it, and by the end of the movie, I changed my vote straight away to pass because holy crap! I like the idea of the beekeeper story, but the actual story they told was just, it went all over the place. It was just a nightmare, and the fact that they had to keep going on about, oh, he's a beekeeper, and like we were supposed to know what a beekeeper was, and then like an hour into the movie, like Jeremy Irons' character, who's got the most one-dimensional American accent ever, he's just like he does the same American accent that he did in bloody Die Hard 3, was it? And then he was just like, oh, the beekeeper is protecting the hive, and like they're the most dangerous people in the world, and he's a queen killer, and oh, by the way, the queen is this guy's mother, and oh, by the way, and she's the president of the United States. We're like, oh, okay, there's only 20 minutes of the movie left, but thanks for filling me in on that. At first, it was coming off really well. I was like, I like this idea. They're going after these scumbag call centers that rip everybody off for their money. I like the idea of it. And all the action and all the fight scenes I enjoyed. Jason Statham just did what Jason Statham type actor does, and just comes in, kicks ass, is like straight faced about the whole thing. It looks quite cool doing it, but it's just the story, man. It was just it was all over the place, and it just got further away. I felt like halfway through the movie, I felt like I was watching a different movie because it was getting further and further away from the actual whole point of why he started going after this. I mean, I thought once he got to the first building and he blew that building up with the original guy, and I was like, oh, great, movie's over. That was quick.
They still
What's
had
gonna
45 minutes to go. That's when I looked at the
Yeah.
time. There was still 45 minutes to go.
Yeah, I was like, what the where the hell we're going now? And then it was just like, all right, now he's going for the next person, which is like this guy's boss. And I was like, okay, that makes a bit sense. And then it's like, oh, this guy's like, oh, I need help. And oh, well, yeah, what about your mother? She doesn't want to be involved in this kind of thing. And yeah, she's the president. And all right. And then now he's gonna go and kill the president. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Was that supposed to happen at the White House at the end? That very last part there?
No, I don't think so.
No, that was like at
Camp David or something.
Like
Yeah,
Camp
no,
David, yeah.
Yeah, like her beachside house kind of thing. Because
I was gonna. There's no water behind the White House.
no.
If he was this mean because it was a beekeeper, imagine if he was a wasp keeper.
Hornet.
I know, because
Japanese killer hornet.
Yep.
yeah. Well, I had a problem. I had a problem with wasps this year. I had two big nests, and I got bit a couple of times. Holy shit!
Yeah, they're the worst.
You know what I found hilarious is like they made out like these beekeepers to be like, obviously they're just hitmen. That's what they are. That's what I got from it. They're just hitmen. Yeah. But like this guy here is talking about like he's part of the part of the some sort of army or something.
Military guy? Yeah, he was a Navy SEAL. He had Navy SEALs.
Navy SEAls. So like, he's like,
yeah.
Like,
they were the top
business.
notch.
But then Jeremy Irons like, yeah, but this guy would kill every single one of us, and no problem.
Yeah.
Right.
But they didn't really do a very good job. That's what annoyed us. They didn't do a good enough job of explaining that beekeeper thing. So they didn't have to, because if they did that, they would never have to keep mentioning it. It was just like, okay, we get it. The movie is called The Beekeeper, and the guy's a beekeeper, and yes, he's killing people in the way that a bee would of the all this bollocks that he said. Right, we get it. You only have to say it once. You don't have to keep repeating it, and like. They're making him out like he's just like can take on a whole army and all this crap. It was just insane.
Mm-hmm.
And he did, yeah. He did. He literally just walks up to the FBI and kicks a shit out of them on the street. And then
there was 11 of them.
11 of them.
Circling him.
Yep.
And we're not talking just some regular dudes. We're talking the SWAT for the FBI.
Yeah.
He whoops all their asses.
And take a couple of the guns apart.
Pull all the guns apart.
Ain't none of them could pull their gun and shoot him. I'm like, we are incompetent. I mean, I don't trust the FBI anymore because 11 of them guys were nothing but chumps. I mean,
I was thinking to myself, Jesus Christ, the first thing this president needs to do is change the whole friggin' structure of the way the government is policed. You need a whole new FBI. You need a whole new army. If one guy can just kick the shit out of them all like that, it's absolutely mad.
Wait,
Get him.
But did you know?
He can just look after the country.
But he was a beekeeper.
Because he's a beekeeper.
Did you know he was taking care of the hive? Did you catch that? I don't know if you caught that part. That part was in the movie. I think I heard it once.
Yeah, I think it was something about protecting the hive.
Protect the hive. Yeah.
Protect the hive.
Yeah, but
Protect your neck.
Yeah, but it's funny that everybody else had, his bulletproof jackets on and everything. He didn't have a bulletproof jacket at all. And
because he's a beekeeper.
And they're dropping down like left and right,
Roger, you know what you're not getting. What you're not getting, Eddie? He's a beekeeper. He doesn't need. Do you know the other hilarious thing was right? They had all these people after him, and they all got their asses kicked. And then they went to this. They landed on this Australian guy or a guy from New Zealand, and he's got one leg, but he's only got one leg, but he'll be the one that does it. And it turns out no, he's not.
That guy, I'm like, where the hell did they get this guy with this accent that was so I couldn't hardly understand.
It might be South African.
Yeah, I think it was South African. Yeah.
Okay, West South Africa.
I was
because
like,
I thought it was
like retarded Australians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he sounded like the guy. You remember Commando? and the one guy that Schwarzenegger had to kill, and you know, and he had the same exact, he talked the same exact way, and I was cracking up.
I think it was South
I just
African.
burst out laughing when they're just like randomly, they're just all talking about it in the room with him there, and then he just all of a sudden just shouts out at the top of his voice, "But he's a bloody beekeeper!"
Yeah, that's just ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, this dude.
That dude.
This
Yeah.
dude, holy shit!
He was scary. I mean,
Yeah, but he got rid of him too, huh?
I was waiting for
Also, Jason Statham's character just didn't really care about innocent people, even though he was protecting innocent people, because he kicked the absolute shit out of that woman at the gas station, and then obviously and then he took that innocent guy's car, and the guy he said something to him, and then he just got in his car, drove off, and the gas station exploded. I thought there's no way that guy who's just had his car stolen was surviving that.
Right, he died. He's dead.
Yeah, he had to have died.
But
at least he can't get scammed anymore.
I don't understand how the guards from the first building that he blew up, those two guys, he beat them and left them there in the cul-de-sac there, and I guess they lived. You know, if everybody is supposed to have been running out of the building to leave, you know, what's the deal with that?
They died.
And in big screen, we were talking about, you know, the CGI on that building blowing up. Yeah.
Oh, that was bad. That was really bad.
Even when he cuts the guy's fingers off, and there's literally no blood whatsoever.
Right.
Yeah. I watched it for the second time yesterday. We'd watched it the first time, and we watched it yesterday, and it was one of those movies it needs to be a drinking game. Every time he says Beekeeper or Hive, you need to have a drink. You won't make it. You would never make it to the end because
you'd be messed
so
up.
many times that they say it. And then I was watching it with just I did a Mystery Science Theater 3000 on it. We watched it, and Blue and I just sat there. I picked it apart with just the funny jokes, because the more I watched it with that it's just so silly. And I was making fun of it. It even made it better. I laughed a lot because there were so many funny parts that I'm like, really? Like you were saying about the woman with the FBI, the one that her mom was killed, was the worst actor. And I kept saying, can someone move her cue cards? Because she was like reading her cue cards. I mean, like no emotion, and she's reading all the time. The guy that was at the guy that said the goat, he was one of the funnier parts of the movie. This dude, he has the goat coat with the matching goat pants. I don't know if he caught him. And he's like, you don't know who I am, and he's cracking me up because he's so over the top, so Boston. You know, you don't know who you're fucking with, and all. I'm cracking up at this guy, and I'm like, then when the mercs are in there, and there's what 12 of them in the one room, in the one computer room, and Jason runs from one end to the other,
and they have automatic weapons.
Not one fucking hit him. I'm like, what? You couldn't hit this dude. I mean, if he was low or hidden, I could be like, yeah, you know, he had cover. He ran.
Ran.
Hitting the PCs, blowing up the screens, but they're missing him. Yeah. I was like, holy shit. And then, like I said about the FBI, I'm like, he beat up 11 of them right there in their face. It just so many places in this that I was laughing. As Andrew mentioned, the other beekeeper,
right,
who listens to Corey Hart because she wears her sunglasses at night. She drove up with the sunglasses on, smashes into him, and it was like a comic book. I mean, I'm like, this is, and actually that was when I looked, I'm like, this is a comic book because she's weird looking. Who's the beekeeper? And she's got on heels this tall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. She's one hell of a fighter if she can fight with heels on, because I want to be, and then to jump in the gun and she's just shooting up the place.
At a gas station.
Yeah.
At the gas station. And just
doesn't even
crazy.
hit any of the fucking gas meters.
No. And then he hits her with the jar of
honey
and catches her on fire. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know that honey is flammable.
Yeah, it is.
No, hey, I learned something in this movie. It was after we watched it, what I said to Blue, or I think she might have said it. I don't remember which one of us said it, but the agreement was take this movie, remove all the talking parts. Let's just chop it together to where it's just an action movie. From start to finish, no dialogue. Maybe you can leave this guy's dialogue because he was pretty funny. So was the other jerk at the other call center. He was kind of funny. Mm-hmm. Get rid of all the dialogue except for the action parts. This movie would be pretty good. It was the talking that bothered me, the dialogue.
Yeah.
The president, her acting
horrible
was just so terrible. It was terrible. And I was like,
I love how the Secret Service just left her alone in a room like that.
Right. Right.
They do that all the time and let the FBI, take control of the scene.
Well, they let all those Mercs guys. Remember the one they pulled up in the van?
Yeah.
And like 12 of them, and he's like, come on in. I'm like, what fucking Secret Service is like, yeah, this is a good idea. Yeah. We'll let these guys in. It was just, it's comic book action movie. Now, if you can detach your mind to not listen to the dialogue and how bad that was, you're going to like the movie. If you could just stick to the action. But to me, the acting and the bad dialogue ruined it for me. Even though the action it's a John Wick-ish kind of flick. Mm-hmm. I'm like, come on. I mean, I knew what I was getting when you're watching Jason Statham. Knew.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Holy fuck. Can we have some dialogue
you do this with every one of his other movies?
Not this bad. The dialogue was horrible in this, though.
Yeah, this script was bad.
And again, acting. I mean,
horrible.
Some of the all right. So High Point, this dude, I liked him. I liked the FBI partners. Her partner with the he had the little one-liners.
Yeah,
and I found him to be funny. I'm like, he's pretty funny. I mean, his little one-liners that he had, funny. So it was so many parts. That's like. I don't know. I know that I don't know what they're trying to go over the top with some of this, but it is. I don't know. Don't let nobody talk if you're going to have bad dialogue. So. Yeah.
If they stuck with the original, the way the movie started out, if they'd stuck with that through it and didn't keep building up to now he's got to get past this guy and he's even. Yeah. Higher up the food chain, and now you got to get past these people, and now the president's involved, and
right.
They just started getting stupider and stupider as the movie went on. If it had just stayed with the simple premise of I'm going to hunt down all these call center guys that are screwing people over and fuck up the whole operation, then I would have probably pressed play because the action's good, like you said. And obviously, the acting isn't great in some parts, but it's just the story for me was just diabolical.
Wow.
All right. Well, hey, has Alban chimed in on this?
Yeah, I did. I was first.
Okay.
I was first.
He said he loved it. Remember?
I loved it. Yeah.
It's been so long ago. I don't remember.
You know what? You guys know. I love those, 2-star, 3-star movies.
Yes, you do.
Know what I mean? Because you can't beat that, Because think about the guy that's, behind the camera, and he's sitting there filming this, and he's got to be saying to himself, this person acts so bad,
He's doing the Vince McMahon. This is good shit.
Well, what Blue actually even said about Jeremy Irons. She goes, why don't he just stick to why is he got to do an American accent? She goes, because he's so bad at it.
Yeah, it was horrible.
She goes, just stick with an English accent. It would have been so much better. But it was like him doing that American accent. It didn't play well. The beekeeper, who is he? It's the last eyes that you'll look at. I mean, it was, I got where they were coming with some of the stuff, but some of it was like so over the top and so forced. And I'm like, holy shit, what are you doing? And I did think this guy played a good dick, this kid.
I like him. He's the only one I liked in the whole damn movie.
What's he in? Because I haven't recognized him.
He's from the Hunger Games. He's in Future
yeah.
Man. Andrew, if you haven't watched Future Man, it's freaking funny.
Doing coke on Dad's desk.
Yeah. How about the first guy whose fingers he cut off?
Yeah.
With the bandsaw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then ties him up to his truck. You couldn't beat that.
Yeah.
That was the truck thing was cool.
Yeah.
I did think straight away though, where's all the blood when his fingers got cut off?
Well, actually, I did first aid. I took first aid just last week. I had to first aid, and they were talking about if you should cut your fingers, like we get a cut, it can bleed and bleed and bleed. But when you cut off some digits, bleeding will actually stop quicker than it will if it's a cut, because the guy said the vein pulls back. He says, so the veins will pull back and actually the bleeding will stop quicker than if it was just a gash where it's squirting. So I don't know. Maybe all his veins pulled back in his hand.
No, but he's wrapped it though.
They do bleed though. I was with a buddy who lost a finger, and they bleed. They bleed.
I mean, there was no blood when it got cut off, but then when he's sitting in the car holding it, there's blood.
There's blood. Yeah.
It's because he was so cold-hearted. He didn't have his blood pumping. It took a while for that blood to pump because he was so cold-hearted. This was what a ride. This was a ride. Yeah. And, we had good high hopes for this. And maybe that's when you get let down on some of these movies is they have high hopes.
That's why you need to watch it in big screen. You need to watch movies with your friends like you did as a kid in the movie theater.
Jason Statham's not in The Bricklayer, is he?
God, I hope not.
No, I don't think so.
I hope
we're not going to get told a million times about how somebody's a bricklayer in this.
No, you won't hear bricklayer.
Gotta protect the wall.
Keep the concrete wet. No, you actually, I've seen bricklayer. You won't hear about that as much as the bees and the hive. And I'm telling you, make it a drinking game. Watch this. Every time he says bees or hive, you got to drink. You won't make it to the end.
Well, I'm gonna have to be drunk before I ever watch this piece of shit again, Todd.
We're missing Dave. What Dave has to say about it?
I think he liked it. I think he marked it
I
as
think
a
he
play.
did like it. Yeah, he marked it as a play. He came in last night and we watched. We were all laughing at the movie, but it's action. You know what I mean? Listen, name one action flick that isn't like ridiculous.
I don't like any.
It's not it's the action I don't mind. It's got to have some sort of decent story to it though.
Okay, now name a real actor that has been trained in acting that we in today's time coming up.
What do you mean?
What?
When we were growing up, most of the actors went to learn how to act, not be someone who was always doing something else. Either they were a comic or something that we see on Saturday Night Live, and all of a sudden they get a movie and they think that they're that they can act when they have no acting experience.
Yeah, but if they're not good actors, it's not going to be a good movie, is it? Jason Statham, I don't mind him. I think he's an okay actor.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get.
And he's good in action movies. He's been in other action movies that are better than this.
Right.
I don't have a problem with the acting of him. Maybe with some other people, but mostly I have a problem with the story. It was just a stupid story. Well, the premise of the story was a good idea, but it just was the execution was bad.
Yeah, right.
And I'll use an example. It makes me think
Who
of.
was the director again?
I don't know. We just watched. Not too long ago.
Probably the
John Wick 4, right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
So in John Wick, this was a John Wickish kind of movie, right? It's over the top,
Yeah.
Yeah, for
crazy
sure.
shit, over the top. John Wick 4 was a much better storyline because, yes, did he fight 14,000 guys going up them steps and fall down the steps 100 times and still got there before dawn? And it's like, that makes no sense. But at least you had that storyline, and at the end, you were pulling for him. At this, I mean, again, both of them are over-the-top action movies. One had a better storyline and better acting, even though Keanu Reeves
Is not a good actor.
No, and you're getting this. You're just going to get the basic his character, and that's all you're going to get. Jason Statham. You're going to get that basic character, but it's all what goes around. Like Andrew's saying, this the other parts is what fell apart with this. Again, the mom is the president. She topped it off when her acting. When I got to the Oval Office and she's, you're just stupid. Smokes like 2 puffs on the cigarette, puts it down, and it just was like it's not even
bad.
Felt ugh. So, it was a. Did I tell you that he was a beekeeper? And beekeepers, there are certain bees take care of the hive, and they will kill the queen if they kick out a bad spawn because it's protecting the hive. I'm not sure if you guys had heard about that. I actually learned about that at school, and we did a little. So I wasn't sure if anybody had heard.
I did have to take beekeeping one semester in college to keep enough credits to classify as a full-time student. It was the only class that was available. So,
did they teach you to fight too?
No, we had a little. I guess we had to kill some people, but
take apart guns.
Yeah, they weren't important though. They're all scammers.
Go ahead.
Roger, did you get a C plus on that?
Did we do what?
Yeah, get a C plus.
No, you got a B.
I got a B. Yeah,
You got a
I
B.
got a B. We all got B's.
Everyone got a B. You
There's
get a B.
another word for
You get a B.
beekeepers. There's serial killers. That's pretty much what he was.
Right. Right. Psychopath.
Yeah, 6.4 is pretty generous. I mean,
I'm gonna have to correlate these votes to the cast and crew. I want to see the list of people who voted.
I want to see. Yeah. All right. We're going to hold you responsible for your vote. Okay. So I guess everyone's. Eddie, did you get it? You did talk, didn't you?
Yeah. Okay.
So we'll go through this. We've kind of talked about this enough. We'll let everybody vote play or pass over on our side chat. We got plenty of people over there. Play would mean you'd recommend this to friends and family. If you'd pass, if you'd rather be stung by 100 bees than to watch this again, that would be a pass. And we'll run through this and we'll see. Did this get a B or a C? A D. All right, Andrew. So what is your thoughts on the Beekeeper?
It definitely got a B for bin it. Put it in the bin. It got a pass.
All right. So we got Bass there. Roger, play or pass?
Hated it. Pass.
Pass. All right. Eddie, play or pass?
For me, it's a play.
A play. So another one over there. Mr. Aubin.
It's a play for me.
It's a play for my man. And voted for me. I give it a pass. So we got 7 and 3 here. And Leon is saying that the Telegram room gave it 75% play.
Yeah, 13 and 5. 13 and 5. 13 plays.
Insanity.
Holy jeez.
A lot of bee lovers.
Okay, well, this is what you guys created. All right. So, and again, all of our opinions are ours and ours alone. Sorry if we knock on a movie, and nothing against the casting crew that work on these, that work hard. But no, if we don't like it, we don't like it. So, so that's what we got going on here. So it was a pass or a play for the group. Play for the group, and we'll go ahead and open up the table. If you got not watched this, we'll talk about different movies and TV shows that are out right now. What?
You got to spin the wheel.
Oh, yeah. Now that Andrew's here, we get to spin the wheel.
Oh, see, I tuned in just earlier, and it was on the bricklayer, so I thought we were watching the bricklayer. But I guess you haven't pressed it.
I haven't pressed it, so the movies that were chosen by each one of the people on the panel. And if you want to be part of this panel, you're more than welcome to join the panel. Just got to come on, talk, and be willing to express your opinion, kind of like we did. All right, here we go. Let's get it.
I
hope it's not me again, because I don't want that pressure. Okay, it's not going to be me.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Keep going. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep
going.
Going over there.
Oh, my God.
Oh, the promise. Now we got to read the fucking thing.
Oh, wait.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
Is this a Rita movie?
Yeah.
Yep.
What the?
Go back to Marvels.
That's
Redo.
That's 2 out of 3. Oh, man.
Well, you could actually. No, I won't even do that to Dave. Since he's not here.
Dave said this movie's good.
Be here and
Dave said it's good, so we'll give it a try. Last time he said a foreign movie was good, it was great.
He was great. Dave is good at picking movies.
Wait a minute. That right? 2 words. Oh, Promised.
Yeah.
Promised Land.
All right. Promised Land. Okay.
Oh, it's got Mads in it.
But I got to read.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be drinking or firing one up to watch this unless I can get Blue to read it for me. Okay. All right. So next week's movie.
Do that to her.
Yeah. Next week's movie is The Promised Land. So we will be watching this. Hopefully, this, biography drama. It's not a musical, so that's always a good thing. Okay, so we got that. So now we open up the floor to TV shows, movies that you guys want to recommend and talk about. We kind of jump around also with any kind of things for Hollywood. So we jump around now for the next 20 minutes or so before we finish up the show. So floor is open, boys. What you think?
Well, I've been watching the new Band of Brothers type of show.
Masters of the Air?
Masters of the Air, yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I do too. I like it a lot. The one thing that I don't like is when it's hard to tell them apart when they all wear a full face mask.
Yeah.
A lot of the movie.
Yeah, they don't have the name on top like
right,
top
right.
Thing,
Right. So you got to be you got to pay attention to their eyes to know who's saying what,
What I didn't like about it is because, excuse me, it's based in England, in the UK, but there's no UK air masters around. It's all American.
Yeah.
Oh, what American film company would put Americans in to pretend that they're English?
We got to help you out.
Yeah.
That's what Hollywood does.
Yeah.
But they had some little French girl in it last night's episode, and she was speaking French. So I was wishing I was hanging out with Eddie so he could tell me what the hell she was saying.
Yeah, well, okay, Roger, she doesn't like you.
All right. So Masters of the Air. Yeah, I've seen this as trending. I just have not watched it.
Yeah, check it out. Check out the first one.
It's not as good as Band of Brothers. It's not as good.
Not as good.
But I don't think anything ever will be. But it's pretty good. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
Apple Plus. We know that Apple TV Plus usually does a pretty good job with TV shows. So they tend to be a little better quality. So all right. Well, check that out. Good. I don't know if any of you boys saw that Halo, a couple of episodes, I think, have dropped on the second season of this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
second, yeah.
So second season,
I think 2 are out, I think.
hoping it's a little bit better than the first season.
I liked the first season.
It was all right. I
It
guess
was sci-fi.
I had a higher mark for it. I kind of expected more. And
See,
don't
I
know.
never played those games, so I didn't have anything going into it. I didn't, and I guess it doesn't stick to the canon
Nope,
of the Halo
nope,
games,
no,
and
no,
that's what a lot of people.
Blue tears it apart when you're she's like, because she pays attention to those things, and she'll point out no. So she's actually gone back and started watching season 1 to refresh to be ready for now. Season 2 starting to drop. So there's a lot of people going to be watching it. It's going to be very popular right now.
Yeah, it's a shooter video game, and I don't like those, so I never played it. So I didn't have any of the problems with it not meeting up to canon. I just watched it as sci-fi, and it's pretty good freaking sci-fi. Has anybody started the Detectives or True Detectives this season of True Detectives?
No.
I just started. I just finished season 1. This morning we finished season 1.
Had you watched it before?
Nope.
Oh my goodness, Todd, that was great, wasn't it?
I kept a semi through most of the shows.
Yeah.
Because my boy was in it.
Right.
And at the end of the season, I said Matthew McConaughey had to be nominated for an Emmy, and so he was nominated for an Emmy. Didn't win it that year, but fabulous job playing as a crazy guy. I mean, he just does a crazy, but really high intelligence, and his point of view on a lot of this in the world, I thought was a quite unique perspective that he had, and I enjoyed it. I will watch season 2 and 3. So that's
they get progressively worse, just so you know.
All right. Well, we'll push through it. We'll watch it. I mean, it's I can watch some bad shows and just tough it out.
No, you can't.
Shows, not movies. Movies. I'll still finish a movie and I still hate it, but I still will watch it. I'll just.
Okay.
Anybody get into the TV miniseries Griselda?
Not yet.
I haven't watched it yet.
I did. I started watching it.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What you guys thinking?
I like it.
Yeah.
I wish it weren't her though. Because
Griselda wasn't hot.
Right. Not at all.
No?
And no. There's a thing that you should watch called Cocaine Cowboys.
Yeah, they got pictures of the real Griselda.
Yeah, the real Griselda's in there.
She is not hot.
And no, not at all. But you wouldn't want to meet in a dark alley with her though, boy.
Yeah.
She'll mess you up. Yeah,
Anybody get into Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Not yet.
No, haven't watched it yet.
I did finish Fargo this week too. The season 5 of Fargo.
I know, Andrew. You must be happy about your other thing there, The Quiet Place.
Oh yes, I saw the trailer for that. Day one.
I can't believe they're making another one of those pieces.
I know, neither can I. I can't believe it.
I think it's going to be good though.
I don't know. First season was so good.
charm.
The second, I don't know. We enjoyed the first one. Remember
the first one,
it.
Yeah.
I reviewed it on the show, and
I didn't.
but most of us liked it, and then the second one. It's like,
Do you know what?
Crazy.
I think the second one was good, but the problem with these type of movies is when you start revealing the aliens, and then you start revealing reasons why they came and stuff, it starts to take away some of the, I don't know, some of the mystery, because like in the first one you could just they don't really explain how they got there or anything like that, so you just got to come to your own conclusions. Once these type of movies start explaining stuff in the next couple of movies, then the I don't know what I'm trying to think of what the word is. The enjoyment of it just kind of with us.
Well,
I do feel like the first one's going to be I mean, the day one, the next one, that I do feel like that's just something about it. Just seems like it might be good. Seems like it's going. Well, it looks like it's going to be about
a different family,
focused on more focused on different family. Yeah.
And what's his name isn't in it? John Krakowski, right? Did he direct it or?
He directs it.
the first two.
Yeah, it's his thing, isn't it? Like, did he not write it as well? I know he definitely directed the first two. He probably will be in it for like a little bit.
I don't think he's in this next one, is he?
Well, you don't have to be in it, but
yeah.
If he directed him, the other ones, and again, the first one was good. I haven't seen a trailer for the third one.
Yeah,
I posted it in the thing.
Yeah.
It's called Day One or something.
Quiet Place Day One.
Yes, it's not true. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
All right. Kind of a prequel kind of thing. All right.
Yeah.
We did finish the Percy Jackson thing.
Oh,
I did too. That was pretty good.
I thought, we really enjoyed. I really enjoyed it. I thought that even though it was kids, they did a really good job, and the kids didn't drive me crazy.
It got picked up for season 2 today.
Deserves it. I mean, it's a good show.
Yeah. Sonic's asking you in the chat if you've watched something.
Monarch.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I was not a fan of that.
I loved it. I loved it.
No.
But I'm a Kurt Russell fan. You know how Todd is with Matthew McConaughey. I'm kind of the same way with Kurt Russell.
I think he gets better as he gets older. Him, and he's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I think what bugs us was the actor and actresses, those teens or the 20s, whatever they were,
the younger kids.
Yeah, it didn't work. And I think what bugged me about this was you hardly saw any of the monsters. I mean, you'd catch. It'd be just a teaser at the end of every episode. It's like, BS. Now we're going to give you a minute to 2 minutes of monsters, and then, sorry, episode's over. I'm like, fuck. I mean,
the monsters cost a lot, though.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna pretend that this is what it's about, oh, look who rolled in the house.
Yeah.
Somebody say something about Beekeeper. All right, I liked it. Okay, there you go. And everybody gets to read over 2 hours of a Danish movie next time. I can hardly wait for all the hate. Bring it on, boys. Give me the hate.
Read on. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Steve says he stumbled on to a series called Freaks. I do remember that. I didn't watch it because isn't it like it's based in a high school?
That's Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, was that Freaks and Geeks?
Yeah, there's a different Freaks.
Oh.
Show out.
Oh, is it this porn?
I stumbled upon it
Oops.
Incognito.
Yeah, I was just doing some research for the community. Okay, so 2019.
That's just
Bruce
a movie,
Dern.
though. That's just a movie.
Oh, wait.
Because he says it's from 2018.
Oh. Movie. Yeah, movie. I said Freaks. Let me see shows.
What was that?
Here. Oh, is it this one that's
what's the year on
no artwork available? Huh.
Yeah,
that's scary.
Comedy. Well, that's German, so that probably isn't it either.
Yeah. That's gonna be hard to find. Okay, well,
I have to take your word for it.
Yeah,
Sonic.
Steve, post a URL in the because he's in this Streaming Matters room. Post in there.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look.
I'm going to try and get out the True Detective this weekend.
Yeah.
Have you seen the first season, Andrew?
I haven't watched any, I've never watched any of it.
I haven't either. I've been waiting.
Wait for what? More seasons.
The first season is seriously some of the best TV on ever.
No, The Wire is the best.
Yeah, I agree. I
ever.
agree.
Yes.
But
Okay.
So is season 1 of True Detective. It's great TV.
Not if you said that it went down.
Which one would you like? Which one do you like better? Boardwalk Empire or The Wire?
The Wire.
The Wire.
The Wire. The
Boardwalk
Wire.
Empire was okay, but
It ended bad.
Yes, it ended real bad.
The writing got bad.
Well, it won't be on the show, but this ISS,
ISS. Yeah, I heard
that
was
just
good.
dropped 2 days ago.
Yeah, I heard it was good.
I don't know. I'm not holding out much help.
And I was actually wishing when you changed to American Fiction, I was really hoping that was going to get picked because I think that'd be some interesting conversation.
Yes,
about watching that movie.
Yeah,
I watched
is
it
it
twice.
out?
Yes.
Yeah. It came out yesterday. I watched it twice, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought I've watched the trailer, and I thought, ooh, that could be a good conversation.
Jeffrey Wright is so good.
Well, that's the reason I like Jeffrey Wright. So as soon as it came out yesterday, I watched it, and then I watched it during the day. Then I watched it again last night.
You have too much time.
That's good
I got
from you.
my priorities. I'm doing stuff. Something comes out, I see it. I like the actor who's in it. Boom. I'm pulling it up. I'm not going to wait.
Right, gentlemen, I'm going to have to leave this because my phone is dying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Andrew.
Thank you for joining us, Andrew.
Yeah,
God, I can't wait to read this movie.
Look in the side chat there before you leave. There's a little notation for you, Andrew. Well, everybody.
Okay, cool. I'm just going to watch it off your shit then, David.
There you go.
Excellent. That's where I'll find it. Thank you and goodbye.
Later.
See ya,
Have a good
Andrew.
one.
See ya, Andrew. Have a good one.
All right, so looking forward to a couple different movies here. I like I said, I saw a few drop this week. I did watch Migration last week. Not bad. For kids, I think that this is going to be a movie that a lot of kids like. Thought it was interesting. This Orion and the Dark just dropped 2 days ago, maybe. That probably, if you have kids, this might be another one of those movies. I'll probably watch this to see what I think of it. I like to watch the kids stuff.
Wish is a Disney, isn't it?
Yes, and I didn't watch that because
I didn't watch it either.
I know what that's going to be. You got the feeling, you know what it's going to be. I mean, Disney. Right. I don't know. I want something a little different.
And my suggestion to avoid another new movie that came out, The End We Start From.
The End We Start
Yeah,
From.
it's UK.
Heard of that one.
A UK-based movie. And it starts out interesting, but God, it just is.
What's that one?
What?
What's the name of it, Dave?
The End We Start From. I mean, it's got some good actors in. I mean, Benedict Cumberbatch, and Mark, what his name is in it. It just was. There you go.
Oh, I almost watched this. I actually,
Is it
a
Clive?
couple days ago, I almost turned this on.
Is Clive
Yeah.
Owen in this one?
No.
No.
But I mean, like I said, Benedict Cumberbatch, Mark Strong, it just was not my cup of tea.
All right. Well,
They're all letters. The people are letters. Huh.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so don't watch this. This is what Beach is saying. Don't waste your time. All right. Anything else? Any other things? Because we're right at our 2-hour mark.
We're at our mark. I got
Final season of Curb Your Enthusiasm is started. So Yahoo.
and Abbott Elementary came back, and so did
Mhm.
what was the other one there? A couple of
The
them.
Connors.
The Connors, yeah. I didn't watch
And
that.
I believe Ghost US starts back up next week also.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I did watch.
You can just
all
click
those.
on calendar there, Todd, and we'll see the dates there. That stuff is.
Where hold on. Calendar.
Is there a
Across the
calendar?
top.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. So you see what's coming out each day there. True Detective, NCIS is coming back. Resident
16.
Alien is back.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, it's coming
Yeah.
back.
Awesome. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for turning me on to that one. That one is funny.
It's coming out in March, I think.
No.
No.
Day after Valentine's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been as good as the first season.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That first season was freaking funny.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yeah, and Ferrari. I did enjoy Ferrari.
Oh, did you?
you?
I almost turned. That was another one that.
I'm the guy who's always watching car auctions and stuff, and I like a good, biography, true story. Learn stuff about him I never knew before.
Mhm.
So I mean, I enjoyed that aspect of it.
There's a lot that I don't know about him. I know his first name's Enzo, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So it is.
Let's see, Alvin. We got anything else, brother?
No. Unless, but maybe we could just push that for next week. I had something out there before for. I'm trying to find it here quick.
Oh, was that? Oh, some of the.
Yeah, the
stuff.
Disney Plus one. About with the.
Password sharing?
Remember? No. This one here. Disney Plus drops 1.3 million subscribers amid price hike. Streaming more strengths by 300 million.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Oh, there. Yeah. Yeah. They lost me because I was getting mine free through my phone package, and that was one of the when I changed phone packages that was gone. I'm like, adios.
All right.
300
did you
million
watch the
still
Grammys?
Oh,
I didn't.
I didn't.
I'm officially old when I click back every once in a while. I'm like, who the hell is that?
Is that right?
Yeah. Who the hell is that? So I'm officially the whole fuck status.
Oh, I am.
All of us in our age, in my age group, you know who you are. Go ahead and Google or YouTube search for Tracy Chapman at the Grammys. It was pretty freaking good.
Yeah, now that I did see. I saw that. Her and Luke Combs singing Fast Cars together.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just looked up and saw Beach.
Okay. All right. You know what? Because this filter, we were discussing in Streaming Matters about Taylor Swift and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I was like, if I could find the Taylor Swift filter, maybe I could draw up people into Streaming Matters Pop Show saying Taylor Swift was going to be here. So,
Oh man.
that's the best I could do.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you're
I
too
look like
much.
I ate Taylor
Oh my
Swift.
god.
Oh my gosh! Because
Oh.
when I have my other browser open, I don't always see what's going on in the chat here until I back up to see this.
The beach, all we need to see is you in a bikini.
I like Sonic. Huh. Ooh, love it. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and crank out of here because we were right at 2 hours. We're a little over 2 hours. Look forward to the Super Bowl. Hey, all right. So Steve says came in late. Super Bowl predictions. So who you guys thinking?
Well, I don't care, but now I want Kansas City to win just to piss off the conservatives.
You mean the ones that says it's all it's all
PSYOP.
It's
all
all big. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Hey, so Aubin, who you thinking this?
You know me. I always have to go for an underdog. But I think that I'm gonna go for San Fran.
Okay. Well, man, they're favored by 2.
I know, and I can't understand that. I'm thinking.
Well, if you've watched them this year, they've been
I haven't.
They've been a phenomenal team all year.
You know how I feel about football nowadays.
I know.
It's like, unless you're going out there to kill the guy, then it's not a game.
Now, that was like that was the way Baltimore was playing on their game. They were trying to kill people, but San Francisco's favored all year. Beautiful. Their defense has been really on point, especially the blitzing secondary. But again, good game planning. They've done a phenomenal job all year. So I'm not surprised that they're favored.
Red, if you're a Panthers fan, you need to pick a new team.
Well, if he's a Panthers fan, he's got to pull for San Francisco because they got Christian McCaffrey. Because he got traded last year, so
yep.
So that'd be a hometown boy. Eddie, you gonna have a pick for the game?
Yeah, Manchester United, real footy.
You gotta have these folks in here. Raj, did you have a pick?
Kansas City still.
Kansas City going with
and I want the Taylor Swift controversy to get even bigger.
Yeah, that's right. And Beach, you said you're going for Taylor Swift since you're carrying her. You're carrying her face around.
Personally, I would like to see San Fran win.
Okay.
But I don't think they will. I think Brock Purdy's going to choke like he did the other Super Bowl. I got to reach for my 87.
I gotta not look at. I can't look at it. But I just Patrick Mahomes, the horseshoe that falls out of his ass constantly. I can't. And people, say this was all staged. Hey, this was in Buffalo had the win. If anybody remembers, Buffalo had the game and missed a receiver in the end zone for the touchdown that would have won in the game, then missed the field goal that would have tied the game. So if you're reading into that, it was designed. Okay, did you put Buffalo in on that to tell them, hey, miss that pass and miss that kick? So
they were all in on it.
I guess. I mean, everything's a conspiracy nowadays, but whatever. I just want to watch the game and the commercials. I'll watch the commercials, and I will watch the American feed. So for my folks up in Canada, tune into the American feeds. They're usually funnier commercials, and the people that paid millions and millions of dollars to be in those 30 seconds.
I wish they would do a Skycast like they do on the college game. I mean, because that way I can sit in bliss and not listen to freaking Tony Romo.
The Skycast is beautiful way to watch the game. When we watch the NCAA college championship games, and you're behind the quarterback, you see the whole line. Beautiful way of you're seeing receivers and you're seeing patterns. You see the linemen and you see holes open up. It's just much better way of watching the game. From the side, you don't get that view. So I just wish the NFL would adopt that. All right.
Right. I just put that other one star. Just take a look at it. I starred one.
Godzilla. I don't know.
Yeah,
I have not. It hasn't popped up yet. I guess I could do a little Google and search.
And that's going to be a read-only movie as well.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Japanese.
So were all the other ones, but they dubbed them. They want to really go.
Wasn't
back.
it 01?
-1, I think.
-1.
-1.
-1. I was like 0. I knew it was something like that. Streaming date. Yeah, I'm not finding it on easy.
I think it's because it's a Japanese movie. It's just not set up to pick up that information here in America, you know.
Yeah. So December 1st. Yeah, that's not giving us a release dates. No, it's only giving the release dates there. It's not giving when it's going to show up digitally. So
I have it marked in my radar. It's going to grab it as soon as it does. As soon as it
me
becomes
too.
available.
So, well, all right, boys and girls, children of all ages. Anything you got to say before we go, Taylor?
Wish everyone a good weekend. Enjoyed the Super Bowl. Be there at the game root.
Roger, anything you want to say?
As always, thanks for the invite. Had a blast, and I will see you guys next weekend or next week.
Let's see, Eddie. Anything you want to say? Where we go?
I stocked up on a lot of chicken wings.
Yeah,
but
better.
I'm not a football fan.
Well, send them my way. I gotta go. I'm hoping to get some tomorrow. So
yeah.
Just want to remind guys, big screen in 15 minutes. We'll be there. Room will be posted for everyone if you want to watch Power Slap.
Slap a motherfucker.
Yeah, slap him out. What good is watching anything if you're not gonna knock him the fuck out?
At some point that show ain't lasting long because I'm telling you, people.
Well, that might not last, but these guys are still doing it. There's so many different places are doing this.
It's so silly. I just can't do it.
It's brain damage.
Man.
I'm sorry. It is just brain damage. I can't.
Hey.
I love UFC. I love UFC. I love MMA. I love that, but this is just senseless brain damage.
It doesn't seem sporting at all.
And what's so messed up is that they're trying to make everything correct, but they don't even have replays. They don't. The guy is definitely clubbing, and they're not just using a replay to just look at it and say, okay, that was a club, and especially to get someone slap someone, and they're doing a count to 10. You know what I mean?
It's
that's just rough.
It's not for me.
No. I mean, it's like watching. To me, I feel it's almost like watching Russian roulette. I mean,
yeah.
But how about with the girls slapping each other's asses? Will you guys watch that?
Not really. That doesn't do anything for me.
Wow, I'm shocked at you.
Unless I'm smacking that ass.
Right.
That's something different.
Those that one's pretty good though. the girl smacking.
All right. So hey, let's get out of here. So thanks for everyone watching. We will see you guys next week. And tune into the Super Bowl, see how it goes, and maybe we'll have some commercials to talk about or conspiracies to talk about. So hey, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for joining us.